the season didn't end with fireworks for him. No dramatic final out. No curtain call. Just a quiet walk off the mound. Another job done. Another question left unanswered. For Eric Lauer, 2025 was supposed to be about survival. Instead, it became something else entirely. A comeback. A reminder. And now, perhaps, a goodbye in slow motion. Baseball has always been cruel to pitchers who disappear. Miss a year, and the game rarely waits. Rotations fill up. Bullpens harden. Front offices move on. When Lauer missed the entire 2024 season, his career felt like it was drifting toward the margins. Another arm searching for relevance. That's when Toronto called. Not with guarantees, not with promises, just a minor league contract and a chance. It was the kind of deal that barely registers in the off-season shuffle. A footnote. A low-risk depth move. The type fans forget by opening day. Until April, when Lauer was called up, there were no expectations. He wasn't supposed to anchor anything. He was insurance, a patch, a temporary solution. What followed rewrote the script. 28 appearances, 15 starts, a 3.18 ERA, 102 strikeouts. Not just competent, not just serviceable, impactful. Lauer became the rare pitcher who could slide between roles without complaint. 1 week stabilizing the rotation, the next absorbing innings out of the bullpen. Wherever the Blue Jays needed him, he answered. For a team chasing consistency on the mound, that mattered. And yet, baseball is never just about what you did. It's about when you did it and what it costs next. Eric Lauer is 30, arbitration eligible for 1 more season. And after that, free agency. The timing is awkward, the context unforgiving. Toronto's offseason has been aggressive, almost ruthless. Pitching additions stacked on top of each other. Depth turned into surplus. Certainty replacing flexibility. And that's where the tension begins. Sportsnet's Nick Ashbourne put words to what many front offices think, but rarely say out loud. Lauer exceeded expectations, significantly. But skepticism remains. His 2025 performance was his first truly strong MLB season since 2022. In other words, was this who he is now, or who he was for 1 year? Buying high on a player who might be pushed into long relief isn't comfortable business. Not when payrolls tighten. Not when younger arms need space. Not when rotations are already crowded with new investments. From Lauer's perspective, the picture looks just as complicated. He rebuilt his value, proved his arm still works, showed he can handle pressure again, but he also watched the team hesitate to fully commit to him as a starter whenever other options emerged. That matters, because pitchers don't just chase contracts, they chase roles, a chance to define themselves, to enter free agency as a back-end starter, not a swingman fighting for innings. If Toronto doesn't offer that path, why would he stay? This is the quiet tension of modern baseball, not between players and fans, but between value and vision. Lauer gave the Blue Jays exactly what they needed in 2025. Stability, adaptability, results. He was a bridge when the roster needed one. But bridges are meant to be crossed, not lived on. The front office has to ask hard questions. Can he repeat this? Can he stay healthy? Does his role justify a long-term commitment when the pitching pipeline is fuller than it's been in years? And Lauer has his own questions to answer. Does Toronto see him as more than insurance? Or was this always a temporary alliance, built on convenience rather than belief? There's no villain here, No betrayal, just timing. Baseball careers are often defined not by failure, but by moments when success arrives too late or too early for permanence. Eric Lauer did everything right. He came back, he performed, he earned respect, and still, his future with the Blue Jays feels uncertain. Because in this sport, excellence doesn't always guarantee security. As the offseason continues and Toronto reshapes its staff, Lauer's name will hover in that uncomfortable space between valuable contributor and expendable asset, appreciated, but not prioritized. If next season is his last in Toronto, it won't be remembered as a disappointment. It will be remembered as proof that even in a game obsessed with upside and projection, there's still room for quiet resurgence. And if he does leave, he won't be leaving empty-handed. He'll be leaving with leverage, with numbers, with a reminder to the league that he's still here. Sometimes the most important seasons aren't the ones that earn extensions, but the ones that reopen doors. So as you think about Eric Lauer's future, ask yourself this. In a sport that never stops moving, how much does one great season really buy you? Let me know what you think.